verbally and emotionally, physically abused me. Just
I have to do this in segments, guys. I have to break this down. The body language, the dynamics, the gestures, the positioning of how they're talking. Let's break this down psychologically. Okay, I'm not a psychologist, but I do understand personalities, and as a publicist, you kind of have to know what you're doing when you're trying to create an image. Correct? We agree with that. Kathy Hilton is sitting what looks like 5 feet away from her daughter. They're having a serious discussion about something that I'm pretty sure Paris Hilton told her mom in advance. This is going to be some serious stuff I'm going to tell you. I want your real reactions. This is going to be caught for my docu-series on YouTube. I need you to really be there, Mom. I need you to pay attention because this is important. Why are you sitting 5 feet away? That's for starters. As a mother, I would be wanting to sit as close to my daughter as possible and possibly even holding her hands. It looks more, well, first of all, it would look more empathetic, but I would naturally do that just because empathy is kind of like my thing. I love having my children. I truly believe there are some women on this earth that do not have or should not have had children. And it's not that they're not good mothers in other ways, because there are, let me clear it out here, there are women personality types as well as, astrological, all that stuff that plays into it, upbringing, all of these things affect your ability to be a good parent. Truly, it does. Like, for instance, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer mothers are a little bit more withdrawn and detached from their children. It's not that they don't love their children. They love their children. They just have a weird way of showing it. Their way of showing it, especially Scorpio and Pisces, is with monetary. They rather spoil you with money, right? I gather because her mom, I believe she's a Pisces. It said March 15th. Yeah. So her mom, the quick look over with the glasses, it caught her off guard, because in her opinion, she's probably thinking to herself, why are you doing this on TV? Why are we doing this here? Why, Paris Hilton, she knows that her mom has been in media. She does her own thing. This whole family is well connected and understand media. But her reaction, finish watching it and I'll break it apart some more.
Screaming at me all the time.
right.
Strangling, locking me in a room.
I also want you guys to note, I've edited the video. I shortened it because there were a lot of pauses and just her just sitting there, Kathy Hilton, mother, just sitting there kind of like with her thoughts, right? Just not really saying anything. And you see poor Paris over there just sitting like, Mom, please just pay attention to what I'm saying and respond. Now, if you know anything about personality types, you'll realize that Kathy Hilton's personality is that of a cold, detached mother. She's not the type of mom that you could tell was hands-on, doing everything with her kids. She probably just did this, shopped with them, enjoyed a lavish lifestyle. They're very rich people. But for her to sit there and say, right. I mean, watch that again. Rewind it if you have to. She says, right. Who says right after their kid says, I was abused physically, mentally, emotionally? That would not be the correct response, to say, right. No. The correct response would be what in the, what? And jump up and be like, what? What do you mean physically, emotionally, mentally? Who was abusing you? And immediately hug your child. Where is this woman's, she's so detached. Let's finish watching the last few seconds.
Locking me in a room.
this, and you know that Dad and I would have been there in 1 second. Oh boy.
Love you, Mom.
Now, I'm sure there's a bunch of you out there that are this type of mother and doesn't see anything wrong with this and says, well, what's wrong with her response? She sighed, she held her head, she held her temple, she looked down, she got up and looked up and said, we would have been there in a minute. And then went over very slowly, very gingerly to her daughter and gave her a very weak hug, in my opinion. I'm just saying it totally makes sense why Paris Hilton is the way she is, why she has issues with everything that she's had in her life, right? Where she's just been that wild, loose girl, crazy girl, not sleeping around loose. She was never like that. She claims in her book she was never loose. She just had so many traumatic things happen to her. I think when you come from these type of families where they're so rich, they're so out of touch, it's hard for them to have the human emotions that a normal person would have, because their problems is money can fix everything. You know what I mean? Their problems is, well, we'll buy you a new car, we'll put you in a better house, we'll take care of you. You're fine. So I think for me, watching that video, it totally makes sense that Paris Hilton is the way she is. And to be real, this paints a really bad image of Kathy Hilton for me. She seems like a straight up narcissist. And if you read her memoir, she talks about her mom in that way, not like she's a narcissist, but that her mom was very detached from her. Her mom didn't really, she was just a mom that was very about her image. How does it affect me and the brand, the Hilton brand? That's all she focused on. She didn't really seem to be too concerned about her children in the sense of their emotional ability to grow up or to do the right thing. It was like exactly what I said. Money fixes everything. But I want you to look at how Paris Hilton's eyes, what she does here is very telling. You could tell she's just like not really buying this apology, because she kind of, you'll see her eyes kind of, and I slow it down a little for you as well.
Love you, Mom.
I'm so proud of you.
Slowed it down.